So welcome to episode 4 of Planning My Escape. And I thought I'd do something a little bit different this time. So we're going on a walk in my neighborhood. And we're going to take a look at some signs that have been popping up that I find quite interesting. And I think they pose some questions that I'm just not seeing in the media all that much, interestingly enough, between the fear-mongering and the assurance that we're in the next wave and God knows what else. Every round of which seems to be even less effective than the last, by the way. And you really start noticing more and more people who've gotten very cynical about a lot of this stuff. But anyway, we'll go and look at a couple of businesses in the neighborhood that are both institutions, actually. One of them, Cafe Diplomatico, is probably, well, it's credited as being the first boulevard cafe in Toronto. That is to say, the first cafe that actually allowed people to eat outside. Now, if you can imagine it, at this point, how many years are we? How many years are we into it? 30, 40 that it's been a normal thing. There's patio licenses. Every bar wants one. Half of them without the patio licenses, they'd probably go out of business. And 50 some odd years ago, it was illegal. You could not serve things, you could not whatever. But anyway, so we're here and we're looking, and what's interesting is look over my shoulder, and I'll see if I can get it right, and read that interesting little sign. And now I'm going to read it for you. I've been in business for 52 years. See if I can get it in right. I've been in business for 52 years. I employed 60 people prior to the pandemic. Right? And now he employs 8. 8. So from 62 to 8. And what's interesting is if you go along, they're not the only one doing this.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. Have a nice day. Hey, the puppy. If you look here, it's nice to see actually there's more people out in the streets. If you look here, here's another one that's been around forever called Utopia. And like all the other businesses, they can only do takeout at the moment, right? And if you look at this one, I've been in business for 25 years. Now they employ 3 people. They used to employ 17. If you can see the sign. Now the question that I really have that no one's really talking about is what's going to happen when things start opening up and you've got half the population that's been frightened witless. Do you think they're going to be eating in restaurants anytime soon? So all these jobs aren't likely to be coming back. Or if they do, they're going to be coming back with 3 out of 61 jobs. And it then starts becoming the question if you think the Depression was bad. When I think at the worst of it, they had, I don't know, under 30% unemployment. How is anything supposed to recover? Where's the recovery coming from? You know, it's starting to boggle the mind, quite frankly, just how crazy things are. Just how lack of any kind of planning, any plan B, let alone an effective plan A, other than let's double down on anything we've done so far. Excuse my French. I just don't get it. I do not get it, and I'm getting it less and less. And if there's one thing that I think is driving things and keeping me going, it's the idea that you gotta develop a plan B these days. You gotta develop a plan C, and you gotta get away from where the worst of things is going to be when the fan. And I can't use any of this, but anyway, the fan will be hit, is all I have to say. Anyway, I'll hopefully be able to use a bit of that footage and some of this beautiful footage of walking around in my neighborhood in the snow, and we've got all kinds of snow, as you can see. We're living in the world of endless snow, and if I stop and look down, it mostly has to do with the fact that there is patchy ice everywhere as you're walking around. And if you're not careful, that's how you break things in winter. That's how you fall funny. And as you get older, the last thing you want to do is to be breaking stuff, because it takes a whole lot longer to heal than it used to when you were a kid and your bones weren't so brittle. But anyway, happy times. We're living in happy times, and the happiness is going to continue until enjoyment improves, right? Seems to be the world we're living in. But anyway, anywho, I'll see you soon.